Hi, welcome back to episode 7 of Seaopolis 2, and we've had another update to the pack, and this time we've got some big changes. The major one that we're going to start with is the fluid transformation, as in what you're looking at right now. This process has been halved, so it's actually 50% shorter than what it was in the previous patch, and we're currently on B10. That's beta 10. Now this has a knock-on effect, a large knock-on effect, in that we now require to produce more lava, 100% more, and we most definitely need more cobblestone, because the lava burns, well, basically the lava's getting used more, so we need to generate more, and that is causing the cobblestone to be required more. Now, those of you that are eagle-eyed would have noticed in the last episode I was struggling with cobblestone and we were actually running out. So what I've done is I've added, I think, 4, maybe 5 more of the resource generator 2s, and added nickel blocks on the top of all of them, apart from, I think that one was already there and the gold block was already there. These first 6 here were actually all out of cobble, and I don't know why they are suddenly full now, but it is what it is. So that create the reduction in the transformation obviously causes more resources to be used, but these are actually all full. So I don't know whether the structured crafter process just crafts more, or what actually happened there. As a result of producing more of the blocks and more of these blocks, that sifting setup there did not keep up at all. So I actually added a separate sieving setup. Now these, all the metals go down under here, all the way along here, and go back into, so they go up here and they go back into this draw controller. So I've not had to change basically what's pulled out of here. I have added a compacting drawer that we had actually spare in our chest and put the coal in there, because this coal was way it was full. So I thought I'll put a compacting drawer in there. Something rather weirdly, we're making charcoal 1 blocks. There is coal blocks and the coal, but it also makes charcoal 1. Now this isn't a bug, I've had it checked. So 9 blocks of coal make the charcoal 1, and 9 blocks of charcoal 1 make the charcoal 2, and then it goes on to 3. I don't know where we stop here, so charcoal 3 goes into charcoal 4, and then we can start making covers. Well, actually that's, neither here nor there. So if you want a big fuel, well, they're certainly, as big as it goes. It doesn't seem to go past charcoal 4 unless it's on the next page. No, it's not. Now, with the result of making more of the improved and making more of the nickel, iron, and what's the other one? Nickel, iron, and aluminium chunks, our furnaces weren't keeping up, but they seem to not be doing bad now. I have been AFK for a number of hours just to see where the shortfalls were and what was falling flat. We've got a massive storage of ingots now. I mean, there's almost 7,000 tin, 7,000 copper, 3,000, well, about 2,500 of the other 3. So we're gonna, we've got a lot to be going on there. So a couple of more changes to the pack. The diving gear, if we look at the quest that we finished off with last time, you'll see that this has changed. It went long ways. the diving gear mod has been removed, and these ones here are actually the thermal diving gear. So this chapter here has changed. Not much. I mean, this top part here was pretty much the same. But that's that. We've now got thermal dynamics added, which that's not thermal dynamics. That's thermal dynamics. Got there eventually. Which is the flux ducts and the fluid ducts. There are no item ducts now. This is not Ben that's disabled them. King Lemming has not yet added item ducts into the thermodynamics mod, so that's one point to make a note of. And last but not least, there has been some progression with the organic matter blocks. Now this is all of them. You can now make them in a fuel fluid encapsulator, and one thing to note is it only uses 1/4 of a bucket per transformation of powder into block. So this is a big upgrade from using this setup here. Now the only downside of course is that the fluid encapsulator uses RF, but while you're using RF you're actually saving 3/4 of a bucket per transformation, so that will be worth doing when we get around to that time. So that's the update to the pack that affects us directly. Now what have I been doing? Well, you've seen that I've added more resource generators. I've not done anything with the lava setup at all. That's still as it was before. I've added the sieve and that system over there, which are then shipped into these, and then that's just taken on. I haven't done anything else to these setups. I have made changes to the mob farm. I did add a extra side here, so that wall there actually goes out one, so it's actually 3 wide now. You can't really tell, and we've been getting mobs. It's not been too bad. I have saved these basic loot boxes until start of recording. We're going to open these and see what we get. So that's ethereal glass and luminous glass. Nice. Tinted ethereal glass. Now you'll notice that I took the player doors off and I actually put this tinted ethereal glass in here, and that's solved the light issue that I had. You can get mystical agridition apples from these, and normal cooked apples, and that's the reversed one. Now these can craft into the other one, so you can see there, that's the ethereal, that's the non-ethereal or reversed. So you can craft these, and it's same with the tinted ones, they craft into the other one as well. So let's see what we got. We got a duck again. We don't want a duck. And these other things we can actually put in. I'm going to take these out of here now and put them in here. And I probably shouldn't have filled up a solar cooker. What? I thought that was a chest at first, because it certainly looks like one. A solar cooker. Interesting. The looted stuff I put into this chest with the armor, so I'll put the glass in there. Although I will take that. Oh no, I'll leave the luminous glass, it's fine. It's a solar cooker. Right, so does that... Obviously it's night time, so they're not going to work. Let's have a look. Once it's day, does that cook the apple? Oh, right, okay. Interesting. I wonder what else you can cook in there, or whether it's just for food. I'm intrigued now. Let's find out what else we can cook in here. Let's try. Well, stone should go into smooth stone if it's like a normal furnace recipe. I mean, they're very slow, but I suppose if you get enough of these, you could have a fuelless farm, couldn't you? of furnaces. Yeah, cook that. Does this go into smooth? It's just, I mean, if it does stone, it's going to do cobblestone into stone. That's almost certain. So we'll come back in a second. Let me just drop these off in here. And we'll drop some of these apples off. Don't really want to use these apples just yet. Yeah, so that indeed just... right, okay, so they just completely stop working when it starts raining and storming and at night time. And we're going to push on with the quests. And we're going to be doing this chapter today. And maybe simple storage, or we might just jump into exploring the depths and do simple storage another time. So the first thing we want here is constant and ingots, which are all done in the induction smelter. And this is copper and nickel. So I'm going to take a stack of each because I can. I'm going to throw these in the induction smelter. And then come back in a bit. We're going to need some more invar as well, I believe. So that is iron and nickel. So we'll do some more of that as well, and then I shall be right back. Right, so that's the constantin made. I made some more invar. So now we make the invar constantin, which is the constantin ingot and 3 invar. We're going to need 25 of the waterproof ingots. And once we've got 24, you can stop because where have my quests gone? Right. You do get 3 as part of the quest reward, and now we make waterproof ingots by taking one of those and mixing them with aluminium. And I was completely wrong. We don't need 25 of the invar constantin alloy whatsoever, because this process makes 4. We can then move on to the next quest, which is to make the structural glass. And I'm not sure how many you need. So 1, 5. You need 5 structural glass, which is a pain. I think may need more, and then that allows you to then make the diving gear. Quick inventory tidy of all these ingots. And we may as well put this on. And we can collect the quests now. All the quest wording of these is all the same. Right, one thing we're going to need to do here is make the nature's compass, which is one of those waterproof ingots for any 4 saplings, any 4 wood. Nature's compass allows you to locate certain biomes. Right, we're going to halt it there because we're going to skip to exploring the depths, and we've got discovering the lush caves. So there's a lush cave biome. Not that I've seen any of these, but this is the one that we want, the deep dark. The deep dark biome is very dangerous. So what you do is you take your nature's compass and find the deep dark, which is here. Then start the search, and it's literally on top of me, right here. Okay. Well, let's go down and have a look, shall we? We shouldn't take damage now, and we should be able to breathe. Let's see if we can find any way through this lot. Now, this is still quite high up. We're still at Y91. So there's probably a long way underground to go. So let's do a bit of vein mining and create a bit of a hole.
2 hours later.
There's a lot of red dots down there. Oh, actually most of those are above us. Right, there we go. That's what we're looking for. That's certainly not what we're looking for. So it's worth noting the quests after this initial deep dark one, particularly this. This is a skulk shrieker, this little thing here. And making too much noise will trigger this block. Triggering it 3 times will cause a warden to summon, so you have to be very quiet. It looks like we might be needing to grab some tendrils. Well, we'll need to grab the tendrils to complete this quest. What they're actually used for, I am not 100% sure. Doesn't look like much, but to complete the quest we'll have to grab some, and we'll need a pair of shears for that, I would have thought. It's usually the case. Right, I'm going to go back down and I'm going to light up the surrounding area. Right, that seems to be sufficiently lit up here, because we've got to go down the bottom. And be careful where we drop in. Now, what we're actually looking for, I believe, is a temple of sorts. I don't really know what I'm looking for here. That would probably be a good way down if we follow that water down there. We might be able to get a better view as well. Right, so there's one of them screamer things. There's another one there. Let's stop for a moment. Editing Bobster here with an admission. So I went back into the biome, played around for a bit. Didn't manage to spawn any wardens, but at this point I wasn't trying to. I was basically trying to get my bearings and understand what I was supposed to be doing in the deep dark. But, well, let's see. I took a summoning altar and a lot of books down and placed the altar on a skulk block after managing not to break the block itself. And after hitting the altar with a book, it turns it into a Warden Smite 1 book, and that's after a few seconds. These are then combined in an anvil to level the books up. A Warden Smite 5 book is 95 or 90 odd % needed to kill a Warden. It is possible to kill one without it, but it would take a monumental amount of time to do so. Whereas a weapon with a Warden Smite 5 would one hit the Warden and kill it instantly. Anyhow, I digress. The real problem here is that I had the top quest of the discovering the deep dark still unticked. So I pondered on whether the deep dark below my base was in fact corrupt somehow. So, at this point, I decided to get in my boat, sail away from my base and find another deep dark biome. The nature's compass, however, never changed from pointing at the deep dark biome back at my base. This kept going like this until I stopped at roughly 5,100 meters away from my base. At this point, I decided that something was amiss, and I reset the compass to look for the deep dark again, and it pointed directly below me. So I got the distinct feeling that the nature's compass doesn't really work on the deep dark biome like it should. So I then switched to creative, at the 5,000 meters away from my base point, to dig straight down and see if the deep dark biome quest registered. So I down to Y3 before it hit a Lush Caves biome trigger on the quest book, which I wasn't in because I didn't know that was down there, and it was a few more blocks down until I realised I was below Y0 in rock, and that it registered the deep dark biome in the quest book, and it was at this point I was Y-5 when the quest triggered. As to say, I spent hours messing about, knowing what I was doing. So I went to Discord after this and I talked to a guy named Steel, who enlightened me on the deep dark was all about. Now, I've been playing modded Minecraft for the best part of 11 years, but I've only played one other 1.19.2 pack. I wasn't aware of the deep dark and the fact it was a vanilla biome edition, and there's me thinking all along that it was a mod that added all this, even there was a mod in the pack that expanded on the deep dark biome. I've got a lot better understanding of deep dark, and I'm imparting this knowledge on to you. This of course breaks my immersiveness of the playthrough, but this is the way I could fix this mess I'd made. So in episode 8 we will pick this back up, attempt to kill a warden or two, and locate an ancient city, which according to the quest book is the next steps. So I'm sorry, but you know, I've got to end the episode like this, but I hope you're all as knowledgeable as I am now, if you two had no clue about the deep dark. Please like and subscribe to give me the willpower to keep making these videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.